welcome back to the Quality Cup Life podcast. My name is Imani, and here we talk about how to live a better quality of life for young adults, how to make your own decisions, and how to create the life that you want to live instead of letting other people tell you how to live. So, thank you so much for listening, and let's get into the show. Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to kind of give you a quick little intro that just to let you know I switched up the locations just to make it a little more interesting and to make it a little more saucy or whatever. Let me know if y'all like it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. And so just to let y'all know, I was really outside in the backwoods. So there were mosquitoes. If you see me doing like this in the video, there were definitely mosquitoes out there eating flesh off of me. So that's how you know I really love and appreciate you guys. And you will also see, if you're watching the video, you will also see the sun like going down on my face. And then you'll hear like the crickets and whatnot in the background. So I hope you appreciate the location switch up and everything like that. And also I apologize for like I took like 2 weeks off from creating a podcast. There was a lot of craziness going on. So we're back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you. And I thank you and I appreciate y'all for whoever were the people who were commented on the shorts that I put out. Shout out to King Leonidas, I think that's how you say it. Esther Joy, McKinley, I think De'Ara, everybody who commented. I really appreciate you guys. And one more thing, the website is up and we've created a coaching program. I will be the coach, and it's around goal setting. And if you have been like me and you had a hard time setting an intention, setting a goal, and then getting it to completion alone, and if you're tired of feeling like you're unreliable to yourself, your self-esteem, your self-confidence is going down because you haven't done what you said you were going to do, and if you just feel like, man, like you're tired of looking at everybody else win and you like, I'm sick of it, but you ready to put this work in and put the action in, hit me up, go to the website, click the button, book a free call with me, and we can just kind of chat it up. I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much, and let's get into the show. Okay, so this is actually the last thing. I mentioned this scene that I shot with my sister, and so if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the link for that in the description too. And that was just the example for a goal that I had no really real expectations for, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do my best, and it came out very well. That's the example. So if you want to check that out, I'll put it down in the description. Okay, thanks. Let's get into the show. Hey, welcome back to the Quality Cup Life podcast. I ain't gonna keep you long here today because it's getting later in the sun. I'm running out of daylight. So we're in a new location today. Just wanted to switch it up a little bit for you guys, add a little bit more excitement, a little bit of something else, you know what I'm saying? But today we are talking about goals, setting goals, and proper expectations for them and how to get them from an idea in your head to getting it to a real live breathing thing, right? And so these aren't necessarily in a particular order, but just stay to the end because some more important things that might be something that you didn't think of might be towards the end or towards the beginning or in the middle. So just hang it with me, all right? So I'm gonna say first thing is when you have an idea for something, right? If an idea just hits you, right, and you have a whole vision of it in your head about how you want it to look like and everything like that, if it comes unnatural to you, you're generally speaking gonna have to work a little harder to think about why it can work and why you can do it versus why you can't. Because it's so easy for us to think of the automatic negative, especially when we've never done it, and we know that those types of things don't come natural to us and aren't the most comfortable for us. So if you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad and you've ever heard him say or listened to his videos or whatever, ever heard him say, rich people think about how can I afford it, whereas poor people just talk about, I can't afford it, and then they just move on, you know? The second thing is that everybody and anybody can come up with an idea, but not everybody can see it from idea to completion. And just know that also, this isn't on my list, but I just thought about it. When you have an idea and you start to kind of share it with people, people might think it's a great idea. If they really think it's a great idea, people might try to jump on board and everything and be like, oh, let me help, oh, whatever. Or sometimes people might try to take over, because that's happened to me. People have that takeover spirit. If they do not have high expectations of other people. Just have high expectations of yourself, because as soon as it gets hard for them, they'll be more likely to drop off because it wasn't their idea in the first place, and they're not going to take responsibility for it like you will. So just keep in mind of that. All right. And so my third thing is basically what I just said, that other people who are hopping on the bandwagon usually won't take full responsibility for things. And so don't be surprised if they jump off the bandwagon when things don't go as planned, or things aren't going the way they would like, or things like that. Just be aware of that. All right. Number 4 is tied to number 3 and number 2, is that the most important thing isn't that things go exactly as planned, but the most important thing actually is that you get things to completion no matter what. Even when you start to come up against adversity and things, you thought somebody was going to help you but they didn't, or you thought you were going to be able to get this person to help you but you can't, or you thought this platform was going to work but it didn't, or you planned on, oh, I'm in school, I thought this building was going to be open but it wasn't. Okay, now I have to find another building. So just be open and expect adversity, and have that mindset of no matter what, I'm going to move forward and get it done. Okay, that's how you reach real goals. 5 is having a spirit of excellence and completion are the secret sauce and secret ingredients to success. And like I said before, the most important thing isn't perfection, and it isn't that things go exactly as planned. But as long as if you have a vision for something, get it as close to the vision as possible, but don't be so stuck on the perfection of it, because I'm kind of like that. Sue me. So I have to remind myself not to fall into that temptation and fall into that trap. And also with that, make sure you focus on getting the small wins, because the small wins add up. You know what I'm saying? Even if things, like I said, things don't happen the way you thought they would have, celebrate the small wins, pay attention to those, and acknowledge, this was a win for me. This didn't have to go this way, and I took the time to do this, and I didn't have to push myself. I didn't have to do extra stuff, but I chose to anyway, and I got wins from this. I produced some fruit from this. So, and 6, I would say that sometimes when you step out on faith and you try something new and you do something different, especially if you've never done it before, a lot of times, on top of that, especially if you didn't have any expectations for it, things can sometimes turn out a lot better than you would have ever expected to. So that's like a super added bonus, because I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I have been learning about film, and so I bought like this online film course and everything like that, and I had bought this gimbal and this camera stabilizer, and I had been practicing for weeks, probably like a month or 2. I had been practicing. I had been getting people to come meet me here and let's try this and do this and that. And I shot something with my sister, and I had no expectations. She was just like, yo, let's try this or whatever. And I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to bring my A game. I'm going to do the best I can. And I had no expectations for it. I did the very best that I could, and it came out way better than I could have ever expected. I didn't expect it to, come out that well, and I didn't expect to get the kind of response that we got from it. So just stay positive about things and be open to it and be willing to learn and try new things. Basically. All right, y'all, it's getting dark. I gotta hurry up. I think this is what, 7? From my experiences, there's 2 different experiences. The first is that when you have an idea of something and you see it in your head how you want it to go and what you want to do with it. And the second is when you're collaborating goals with another person and you have 0 expectations, you have 0 upfront plan. You go off of what they gave you and you try to do the best that you can do with it. So that's 1 and 2. And I'd say the first, I'd say depending on how you look at it, the second one, depending on how you look at it and depending on like your temperament and your personality, the first one can be a little more intimidating than the second one, because the first one you're like the spearhead of it and you're responsible for everything, whereas the second one, where it wasn't your idea to begin with, you kind of have a little bit more room to relax and experiment, and you get to carry the responsibility with somebody else. Now I think it shows you your own character and another person's character. If somebody asks you to be on a project, you agree and you but do it. That's kind of lame to me. So don't do that. I think this is what, 8. When you step out on a goal, especially something that you didn't know you could do, you've never done it before, it ends up revealing, kind of like an onion, it reveals an extra layer of strength that maybe you didn't know you had. And then when you realize that you can do something and that you have strength that you never realized that you had, it adds like another layer of confidence. And when you start to get confidence, man, you become unstoppable. And also an added bonus is that once you start to produce fruit of completion and of excellence, other people, even if it's not what other people may think of as significant, other people will start to gain respect for you. And you shouldn't be doing things to get respect from other people, but it's just like an extra added bonus. And everybody wants to be respected by themselves, and of course we like respect from other people. We don't want to be, overlooked by people, especially when you're putting in that work, you know what I'm saying? So, and then the last one, I think this is 9, and we're almost running out of light, so thank y'all for staying here with me and rocking with me. Number 9, the last one, is when you become a person who starts to execute and a person that does things with excellence and completion, other doors and opportunities start to open up for you that may have never been there before. And I mean, everybody wants an opportunity, especially if it's something that you took your time out to do, like you took your own time, your own energy, your own doubt, and you took that and you produced something. Of course, it's beautiful when you see an opportunity come from that. And another cool or interesting thing that happens with that is that people tend to be attracted to people who can complete things and who are trustworthy and they know, oh, I know who to call because they're going to get it done for me. People respect that, and they become attracted to you, and they may start to ask you to join their opportunity because they know you produce something. You're not just one of those people who going to fall through or fall flat when something goes left or it doesn't go the way you think it should go or whatever. And so that's my last thing. I hope that this was very helpful to you. If you have any other things that maybe I forgot of, or that maybe you thought of that I didn't, feel free to comment it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, share if you'd like, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.